And here we go. This is the second section of the women's distance medley relay. Washington A, Simon Fraser, Washington B, Eastern Washington, Utah, and Alaska Anchorage. 12, 4, 8 mile. Let's do it. Can we see an NCAA qualifier? Maybe. I don't know. It's early in the season, but I mean, Washington's got their big dogs out there.
Two quality squads out
Solid
there.
squads, and as we say that, that's why they're going 1-2 right now. And it's playing out just as we talked about. Two Washington squads, pushing each other with Utah also in the mix. Yeah, I mean, just looking at the turnover, this section is much faster than the other one. These guys are out pretty solidly as they cruise through 300 about, I'll call it a little under 50, maybe 49-ish. So, opening it up for Washington. So we have Anna Maxwell and Eleanor Fulton. And then Utah has Serafini. And then following these guys from Simon Fraser is Addie Townsend. Eastern Washington has Paula Gill. And Anchorage has Jessica Pakla.
Simon Fraser, I remember this from running here in college. They always have quality 800 and milers.
No, you're 100% right.
And I was always like, who the heck are these girls?
And this is their bread and butter. They come here like every other weekend, and they just love it. I mean, it's a perfect little setup for them. These girls are swinging around into the home stretch here. Again, a really solid-looking opening leg here. Good turnover across the board. Anna Maxwell up front there in hip 1. Fulton for Washington. Feeney for Utah. The fastest time so far this year, 11:16:44. And that's without knowing what happened at Penn State National. If you want to find out what's happening at Penn State National, you can probably do it, because it's also live.
That's live. Boston BU Terrier Invite is live. Spires live. I mean, the perfect weekend to get all of your track needs taken care of.
A whole boatload of track happening. This race is getting blown open. The serious contenders have left all pretenders in the dust. I mean, this is a really good look at 1200 here. So we're sitting at 240 right now. Again, 11:05 is what got into NCAAs last year. Anna Maxwell, Eleanor Fulton, and Serafini. And you know what? They're dropping Serafini, who is no slouch. Nextcamp's got his girls ready to run here.
I spoke to him before this meet started, and he said that everyone is really in shape right now. And he was saying, we hope for a time this meet, but we'll see. It's obviously the first DMR they're running this year, so you never know. But it's gonna come down to Maddie Myers in that anchor leg, is what he was saying. Can she, time trial a fast mile, basically? But we're just gonna have to wait and see for that anchor leg.
Man, they handed off basically toe to toe there. So now we have Hannah Derby and Krista Armstead and Utah giving chase here. Or clean handoffs all the way around. Nice work by our camera crew catching all of them.
It has come down to both Washington teams have blown this open.
And these are literally like workout partners. Like, this is a workout for them.
Yeah.
One's just following the other in a rep around the practice track. So here's the chase group: Eastern Washington, Simon Fraser, and then Alaska Anchorage. All looking strong.
Washington A and B in a battle up front, Armstead and Derby.
So the Washington
So they're about to hand off 419, 420. 420 and 421, and Utah's about 425-ish. So we'll say Utah's about 4 seconds to make up on everybody, which they totally can, but it will be tough because who's got the stick now?
I mean, this 800 leg, it's down to Amy, Eloise, Neal, and Bailey Myers.
Man.
Bailey Myers, All-American for the Huskies, definitely a firecracker on the track.
Yeah, just looking at the names in these two relays, and you just say, man, Metcalf's got a lot of depth. I mean, Katie Knight, Amy Eloise, Maddie Myers, Bailey Myers. That's really
I mean,
solid.
just
Drew.
the fact that he can put two quality teams on the track right now who are this competitive with each other says a ton about the depth of the Washington Huskies, and they're
Right.
showing it right now.
So again, we want to be in the low 11-ish to make it to NCAAs. There's Metcalf out on the track, giving encouragement.
Bailey Myers is definitely a quality 800-meter runner. She's got PR of, I believe, 2:04.
Super solid.
Super solid.
In the chase for Utah is Sadie Wassam. But this is Myers coming by. About 6 laps to go here. We're sitting at 5:48. Myers looks pretty good here. She looks pretty dialed in. Trying to punch that ticket to NCAA.
Open this up for the A team. And she'll be handing off pretty soon here to Maddie Myers, the Washington team's mile leg. Maddie coming off of a really great cross country season. She was 8th at NCAA cross country, which was a huge day for her, and I personally was very excited because she was on my fantasy team. So, and I won the fantasy league.
So now we have Maddie Myers. Can they close it out here? So we're currently sitting at 6:45 again. Low 11s is what we need. And having Katie Knight chase, that's something I would want to have behind me. Although it looks like these girls are taking it pretty conservatively on this opening 400, which is smart. Metcalf's all over the track, giving them very strict instructions, dialing it in, knowing exactly what they need to do to put them in the right position in that last 200 meters. That's Utah, and they are closing with Hannah Sekuntra.
And I'm sure
So
y'all
coming
can
by
hear
here, 4 laps to go. We're sitting at 7:34.
Mike J just pointed out Maddie Myers holds a mile PR of 4:44, which she ran, I believe, at this meet last year. So she's got a ton of range. She ran 15:40 in her first 5K ever last year on the track.
Damn.
That's not a
I
bad
didn't know that
way
was her first one. That's
to open up a 5K. But she's got incredible range. Showed it in cross country, 4:44 mile PR. I mean, not very many athletes who can pull that off.
So there's the chase. Utah's kind of in no man's land, and then in fourth, I think that's Alaska Anchorage as they swing back to their leader here. When she comes by, she'll have 3 laps to go. So under a K here. Katie just came through, and she's about 8:36. So it's pretty much time trial at this point for Washington out front if they want to snag that qualifier. Metcalf is right there giving final instructions. She's looking pretty strong here.
Definitely. Maddie doesn't look like she's laboring too much. She looks pretty smooth right now. And we just saw Coach Metcalf run in on the track, giving instructions to Katie as well.
So Maddie's going to swing on into the home stretch here. She's getting some instructions from her teammate as well. When she comes by, she'll have 2 laps to go. So 600 meters remaining for the Washington Huskies, and they're sitting at 9:18. So it'll be tight here for that low 11s mark, but I think they can do it.
And as predicted, it's come down to a time trial basically for Maddie Myers on this anchor leg.
So unwavering here, and that stride, that turnover, still looking really, really strong. And so she has about 400 meters to go, and we're at 9:50. So a little over 400 meters to go. We're at 950. So into the home stretch, just over 10 minutes here. Can she close it down here? She'll be close to that 11-minute mark, but she's got to
dig.
grind a little bit more here. 300 meters to go. She's at 10-11. 300 meters to go. She's at 10-11.
Looks like she's picking it up though. She looks smooth.
What kind of turnover does she have left? The B squad's about to come through here, and they're at 10:29 at the bell. 10:29 for the B squad. As we swing back to the home stretch. Myers still looking pretty strong here. 10:39, 10:40. She's got to close it down here. 10:45 at the top of the key. So we're going to be pretty close to that low 11-ish mark.
Woohoo!
Pretty good, basically all by themselves. Maddie Myers, a nice split. I wonder, 11 flat maybe. It's going to be close to about 11 flat.
Wow.
Unofficial. 10:50.
What a run for Maddie Myers.
Mike Day announcing that's number 2 all time in the school. They got 10:59, 1-2 up at the board if that's official.